What is love? Hello everyone. Thank you for joining me in my What is Love project. 30 days exploring what is not, and whatever is love. Day 12. Trees. Trees are love. Do you feel this way about trees? Do you have any experience where you find that tree had given you love, or perhaps you have experienced the healing power of trees? I have. One day I was feeling very heavy in my chest. I was at home and I tried doing different methods to help myself, but that heavy block just didn't seem to go anywhere. So I was out of idea what to do, and I said to my husband, can we go to the park? So we came here to this park where we usually come. And as I was sitting on a bench, I saw myself walking over to a tree and place my hand on the tree. So immediately I got up, walked over to the tree, and I placed my hand on the tree trunk. And just like that, my tears started flowing, and the heaviness on my chest started moving. And eventually it just dissolved without me doing anything other than touching the tree. And since then, I have always looked for trees for inspirations, especially when I'm thinking about like healing stuff, about how to be well. And one time when I just kept hearing people saying how humans, our body are very dense because we have this 3D body. And I thought, is it true? Is it true that our body is dense because it is three-dimensional? And then when I looked at the tree, as you can see, this tree is so big. And I don't think it's saying, oh, I'm so heavy, let me lie down for a bit. I don't want to be here anymore. I think, no. I think maybe the trees get some secrets so that they can always have a relaxed body, perhaps. And so I started looking at them. How do they manage to stay so tall and strong? And regardless of the weather condition, some of them don't even stand that straight, And so I noticed how they're very firmly rooted to the ground, to the soil. They have so much contact with the ground, the earth. And at the same time, they are always reaching up for the light. And I guess in this way, with the support of earth and all the goodness from the sun, they manage to always stay center. And perhaps this is a secret, how they can just grow so tall and wide. And so, I'm thinking, let's just do an experiment. I do this sometime whenever I want to allow my physical body to relax. I look for inspiration for the tree. So usually when I start, I would be either standing in front of a tree or have a tree behind me just like now, or I would imagine there is a tree in front of me. And I would say to the tree, please inspire me to be strong and centered like you. And so if you're doing this with me, or maybe you can do it later because it's so simple. I would say that it's best to be not wearing shoes so that our feet can have maximum contact with earth. And with this experiment, I'm not going to grow rich. I want to be just like myself as human, although being inspired by the tree and see where I can go. And so once you have found your feet have found that maximum contact with the ground or floor, just feel your body being relaxed, and perhaps we can put the attention starting with the contact, the feet and the ground or the floor, and see if we can start feeling strength in all of our legs. The kind of strength that is so firm and strong and yet very relaxing. And then remember, the tree is always reaching out for the light. And I would say that for our relaxation, I mean for our body to relax, we don't try to reach for the light. Just allow the sunlight to come. I mean, imagine if you're at home that there is light from above coming down. And imagine that our body would automatically be taller and taller to reach for the light. I'm going to now close my eyes so that I do not get distracted by the people around. And once I do that, once I focus on the tree within me, focus on the ground, focusing on how my legs can be strong and relaxed, I could feel my body making subtle adjustment. I could feel my neck moving a little bit, and at times, like now, I want to move my foot a little bit so that I can have that balance. You know, as my feet find that grounding, and as my body started to become quiet, I'm going to raise my arms as I inhale and see if they can stay kind of horizontal but with a little curve, just like tree branches, and see if they can stay there effortlessly. So there we go. I don't know what it is like for you. For me right now, my arms are not really holding themselves up. It's sort of like there's somewhere within me just got this energy for them to stay there. And perhaps it's just a simple wonder about this intention of being inspired by the tree. And I can feel my legs strong, and my neck relax. And when you do this for yourself, just remember to pay a little bit attention on your shoulders during this moment when the arms are up, because the shoulders, they're not required. The muscles they are not required for this movement. And so make sure that the shoulders stay relaxed. And as we stand here in this position, we can inhale and feel our chest expand, while our arms perhaps want to go a little bit up and wider apart. And as we exhale, we feel our body can relax that much more, all the while feeling the connection with both the earth and the light above. And just like this, we're absorbing, getting all the goodness from the earth as well as the goodness from above. For me, I usually stay in this position for about a minute or half a minute. I guess if I practice more, perhaps even in my daily life, I will remember to be always having that maximum contact with Mother Earth, as well as absorbing the goodness from the light, and always be centered, grounded, stable, and confident. And now, this position movement might not look much for you, especially if you think it's just half a minute or a minute. I have experienced otherwise. Perhaps it's because we open up our chest. I usually would like to lie down or sit in a comfortable position for a little while, feeling that peace and calm. And sometimes when we give that space on our chest and with all the goodness flushing out our impurity, some past sad memory, for example, might come up to the surface for us to look at it one more time so that it can go away. So please allow yourself that little bit of extra time to feel to benefit from the effect of what you have just done. So, and remember, always have some water because trees cannot be so strong without water. I'm sure we all know that. So remember water and rest. And be always kind to yourself. Thank you very much for joining me today. Thank you.